Hello, dear viewers. I'm excited to be back on air again after a little while. Today, we will be wrapping up the first part on our series of happiness. We aired a couple of videos on happiness in 2022, and I will be using this opportunity to put a cap on that series as we prepare for a new series. We will be contextualizing the word happiness in our chat today. And as we look into that context, happiness, joy, contentment, fulfillment, are they the same? Are they synonyms? Or could they mean different things in different contexts and circumstances? What would you say is happiness to you? How would you define your own happiness? We're putting a couple of things together in this video, and I'll be giving my own personal opinion on some of these terms that I mentioned before. If you're curious, like myself, stay put. We'll be right back. Dear viewers of Ndoping and Co., Happy New Year. Sorry it took me a while for me to bring you guys the regular videos of content and value in the year of 2023. It's unfortunate I had to start in the month of March just because there were a couple of things that I needed to put in place and sort out. All I can promise is that I'll do my best to be able to continuously create these videos as often as I can. This week, a friend approached me with a couple of questions. He's also a coach like myself, and he was very curious on the topic of happiness. And after that conversation, I decided to wrap up our part one of happiness with some of the questions that my friend posed to me, and I think it will actually be of value to some of you. The question he asked me is, what does happiness mean to me? What does happiness mean to me? And he also asks, would you say joy is the same as happiness? What does happiness mean to me? So happiness to me is fulfillment. And you might also say, I'm using another word to describe another words. So fulfillment are those things that I do that brings me a sustainable form of contentment. And it makes me feel fulfilled. Happiness to me does not depend on anyone or anything. It does not depend on a partner, a friend, a family member, or even material things. Don't get me wrong, material things are good. In fact, poverty is a curse, I would say. We need money. We need material things to survive on earth. But we all know that friends, partners, material things does not actually bring a sustainable form of happiness. What I would say is most of those things bring in what I would say joy. You get married, there's some form of joy and excitement that comes with that. There is the hope. And it gives a feeling. But I always describe joy as a slender body that breaks too soon, because joy might last for hours, it might last for a couple of days, it might last for weeks, but it does not last forever. You might graduate from school, there is joy. You might, have a child, there's joy in the family. Something might happen to somebody in the family that's good, it brings joy. But what's happiness that could be sustainable? Happiness comes from you. Nobody can give you happiness. For me, in fact, it is mostly what emanates from you that goes out to other people. It could be good deeds. It could be investment in others. It could be sharing laughter. It could be services of kindness. It is also a mindset. We build a mindset of happiness because the tides sometimes could be tough. But there's always hope in that mindset that things are going to be better. It's some form of resilience that we build within ourselves despite the ups and the downs. It is a feeling that you sustain by the things you give out, by the things you involve yourself in, that helps to keep that form of happiness that will last and that you can call it sustainable. Yes, the storms will come and joy will fade away, because joy might last hours, weeks, even months, but it will fade away. But what you have built inside of you can stand the test of time. No other thing can provide a sustainable happiness, not people, not things. It is us. The mistake we make sometimes is that we feel other people will make us happy. Yes, they could bring joy, they could bring some form of excitement in our lives, but to be very honest, they're human beings, and human beings will fail. Even money, you might have all the money in the world. If you've not built a good support system around you, to be very honest, you will hardly be happy. Money cannot buy health, talk less of happiness. Money can provide those moments of joy, which is always good, because we need those moments of joy as fuel for a happiness that we've built inside of us, for a mindset of things we read, things we consume, what we give out to people. And, you will agree with me that people in history that have really lived a life, a legacy that have impacted other people, most often will die happy because they've left a legacy. I'm a Christian and I believe in God, and God helps me build that mindset of happiness. I believe I cannot do things by my own, because when storms come, I need an anchor, and that anchor gives me hope. It builds a foundation for the future. And because of that, I try as much as possible to invest in others, to build them, to mentor people, to coach people, because that brings me joy and happiness. My question for you is, how would you define your own happiness? There's a saying that goes, whatever you seek in life, you will always find. To change your life, change what you seek. This comes sometimes with some stress, sometimes with some energy. Sometimes it takes you having a mindset that you can build that could be sustainable. Thank you so much for listening. This wraps part 1 of happiness. By the time we'll be coming back, I'll bring you a brand new series. And hopefully sometime we'll revisit the topic of happiness, because it's very broad. I appreciate every time you took to listen to our video. God bless. Bye now.